Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. So today, we are going to talk about the fact that our eyes are changing. Yes, you heard me correctly, changing. And no, I'm not going to use the Twilight Zone music every single week. It's just that 2 weeks in a row, these topics are kind of really freaking me out. So I don't do Mandela Effect videos that often anymore. Like I've said in the past, there's kind of an oversaturation of them. And also, sometimes it just gets to be a lot. Like if you look at a lot of Mandela Effects, it can be very stressful. Like I have high anxiety as it is. I have an anxiety disorder. And sometimes like people are posting ones that like they upset you because either they're serious or you feel like they're erasing your childhood, and it just, I don't know, you know what I mean? It gets under my skin. But I was watching YouTube videos on my Amazon TV the other night. It was like past midnight, laying in my bed, and this one popped up that like I just had to click on because I was like, what the heck? And so the video was by a guy named Brian McFarlane. I'm going to link him down below because I never would have known about this if it wasn't for him. So basically, there are three different parts of our eye. I mean, there's other parts behind the scenes, but the three parts that most people know about, you have the pupil in the middle, and then the colored part is the iris, and then the white part is called the sclera. I think that's how you pronounce it. So that's usually how everyone's eyes look. So in Brian's video, he was saying that now we have a black ring. Well, not everyone, but most people have a black ring around our iris. So now around that colored part we have a black ring. So of course, like I was like, I don't have a black ring, or do I? So I was like so creeped out. Like I didn't even want to look in the mirror at first, but I did, and of course I have a freaking black ring around my iris, and I really like do not remember it being there. Let me know in the comments, like, do you have one now? And if you have it, has it always been there? Because I swear I do not remember it being there. And the reason I'm saying this is when I was 14, I had gotten contacts. I was so excited because I did not want to wear my glasses anymore. And I really struggled with them at first. Sometimes it would take me like 15 minutes to put them in, which sounds ridiculous because now I don't even need a mirror. I can just pop them in. But I was struggling. They were new to me. So when you're struggling like that and poking at your eye, a lot of times your eye will become irritated and the white part will start to turn a little bit red. And the red lines would kind of go directly into the brown part of my eye. I remember that very distinctly for some reason. So if I had a black ring there, then that would not be able to happen. So as far as the ring goes, the ring is actually something that is not new. It's just that adults are not supposed to have them. So I never even realized this though. Like this kind of blew my mind. So children they're called limbal rings, and children are born with them. And as you get older, it differs for people, but usually like by your early 20s is like typically your limbal ring will be gone. So some people it disappears when you're like 6, 15, 18, it differs. That's kind of when the limbal ring fades away and you can't see it anymore typically. There's always like an exception to the rule, but most people no longer have a limbal ring once they're in their early to mid 20s. So yeah, I find it interesting that the kids have them because I never really noticed it on a kid, but apparently they do. Some people think that's part of the Mandela Effect, and some people think that it's true that kids always have had them. From what I'm reading, I mean, like, it seems like that there's several reasons, I'll tell you more, that they are a thing, but it makes sense now that the adults are not supposed to have them. So I don't think it's a Mandela Effect necessarily that they exist at all. I think the Mandela Effect is just the fact that the adults are having them. So the limbal rings are actually considered a sign of like youth and beauty. Like they've done studies at major universities about limbal rings, and because they do fade away as people get older, they would take pictures of people who were like in their late teens or early 20s, and some had a limbal ring and some did not. And then like their peers would look at the photos and say which picture is more attractive, and people would always go for the one with the limbal ring around the eye, because what it does is, because it's circling your brown or green or blue part, it's making it pop against the white. You know what I mean? It's making your iris kind of stand out more, so that, I guess, makes people more attractive, at least to most people, according to these studies. So because of this, there was actually a craze in Japan throughout the 2000s where girls would go and get contacts because their limbal rings were gone. They would go and get contacts that had a fake limbal ring. Just like you can get contacts that are a different color, you apparently can also get contacts with a fake limbal ring. And they would get them. Some of them wanted to actually look like baby dolls. Like, that's kind of like a thing. I've seen that on TV before. And then the craze kind of spread, and more people wanted them not to look like a doll necessarily, but just to be more attractive, because they kind of just liked the look of how it was. So yeah, that was something I wasn't aware of, but I find that really interesting, because if adults are supposed to have limbal rings, then those contacts would not be necessary. So I think that is some proof that we shouldn't all be having these black rings around our eyes as adults. So, you know what I mean? I'm in my early 30s, and I'm not healthy. I have a chronic illness, so I really shouldn't have a limbal ring, but I do, and I just, it's like so weird. And of course, like, I tried to check out my family. My mom has one, but she's claiming she's always had it. And then my dad's is not really black. It's like a lighter color, but he also has hazel eyes, where me and my mom have darker eyes. So then, Brian, I really respect him for this. I wouldn't have been able to do it. That's why you should definitely check out his video later. He actually called his eye doctor and was like asking questions, saying, I have a black ring around my eye, what does this mean? And they like did not know what he was talking about at all. So that's kind of freaky when a doctor doesn't know like why there's a ring around your eye that's supposed to be a thing that everyone has now. Like, you know, it's just weird. If it was supposed to be there, they would know about it. And then at one point he even tried to tell them about the Mandela Effect, which I give him props for that, because I wouldn't probably do that. So some adults, now besides just having a few exceptions, other times adults will have a limbal ring, but they'll be gray or yellow, and these are like signs of health problems. Like the yellow limbal rings will indicate liver issues, and like there's a gray, and I think that indicates some sort of vision issue. So, you know, so again, like black is not mentioned. Adults shouldn't have black limbal rings, but there's tons of people walking around with them. Why it's not everyone, why it's a lot, but not everyone, I'm not sure. I obviously can't answer that question. So, you know what I mean? We're defying science. If no one's supposed to have a limbal ring and we do, unless I'm Benjamin Button and I'm aging backwards, there's no reason I should have it. And I'm getting freaked out. It feels like Children of the Corn, and oh my god, I just did not like hearing this in the middle of the night. It definitely freaked me out. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Then this popped another thing into my head, this whole situation. I always had, like, children, like, sometimes you hear like kids are born with blue eyes, and by the time they're like 2 or so, they'll get their permanent eye color. And that was the case with my brother. He was born with blue eyes, and they turned brown when he was like maybe 4. But I did not. I always had dark brown eyes, like very chocolate rich brown eyes. I never had blue eyes, not even when I was a baby. But the last like 3 or 4 years, my eyes have become like a much lighter brown with like specks of gold in them, and it had freaked me out for a while. Like, I never thought it had anything to do with the Mandela Effect, but now hearing about this whole limbal ring situation, maybe it does. I tried to Google and see if anyone did like Mandela Effect videos about adult eye colors changing, and there was a couple, but they didn't have a lot of information, at least the ones that I came across. And then there was a video where someone was saying that Hitler's eye color changed, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm just kind of freaked out by the whole thing. So the eye color thing may or may not be true. But I don't think I know any adults whose eyes start changing colors. Let me know, like, have your eyes ever changed colors when you were older? I guess anywhere past puberty? Like, that's kind of, I just want to know, I guess, what everyone else has going on. So Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about all these things. Do you think it's a Mandela effect? Do you think it's some other natural phenomenon? Do you think I'm just crazy and it's nothing? Because a lot of these body ones freak me out. Like, there's been Mandela effects that our heart has moved locations, that our rib cage is different, and to all these things, I'm saying, aren't doctors noticing? Like, doctors do surgeries and MRIs and all these different things. How can doctors not notice these things? So, yeah, it's just really freaky because people have proof of some of these things and the doctors don't seem to be noticing, at least not that they're telling us. Maybe they are noticing and talking behind the scenes, but they're not really sharing that information with patients, so it seems. So, if you enjoyed this video, definitely give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.